In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the strangest and most fascinating events in financial history, an event so unbelievable that it almost sounds like a story, but it was real. I'm talking about the Dutch Tulip Mania, often called the first economic bubble in human history. This is a story of beauty, greed, fear, and how human psychology can inflate even a simple flower into a symbol of wealth. Our story begins in 17th century Netherlands. At that time, the Dutch Republic was one of the richest and most powerful nations in Europe. Trade was booming, cities were growing, and people had more money than ever before. Around this period, tulip flowers were introduced from the Ottoman Empire. These flowers were unlike anything Europeans had seen, vibrant, colorful, and extremely rare. Soon, tulips became a luxury item, something only the elite could afford. Owning tulips wasn't just about beauty, it became a status symbol. Slowly, tulips turned from flowers into financial assets. People started collecting rare tulip bulbs the way we collect gold or stocks today. Certain varieties, especially those with unique color patterns, were considered more valuable. As demand grew, traders, merchants, and even normal citizens began speculating. Prices went up, then up again, and then even higher. It was like everyone believed that tulips could only rise in value. At one point, a single rare tulip bulb could cost as much as a small house. Imagine that, paying the price of a whole home just for one flower bulb you haven't even seen bloom yet. People began buying tulips with borrowed money, hoping to sell at a profit. Others traded bulbs that didn't even exist yet, contracts for future delivery. This created a cycle of speculation, where the price wasn't based on the real value of the flower, but on the belief that someone else would buy it for more tomorrow. This is the moment when excitement quietly turns into danger. And just like every bubble in history, it didn't take long for things to collapse. One day, buyers simply stopped showing up to auctions. Maybe people realized the prices made no sense. Maybe fear replaced greed. Whatever the reason, once demand dropped, panic began. People who had spent their savings or worse, borrowed money to buy tulip bulbs rushed to sell them, but there were no buyers left. Within weeks, tulip prices crashed by more than 90%. A bulb that once cost the price of a mansion suddenly became almost worthless. Many investors lost everything. The economic damage spread far beyond the flower market. Trust collapsed, trade stopped, and disputes went to court. The entire country felt the shock of a bubble that had burst. But here's the most important part of the story. Tulip Mania teaches us that markets don't always behave logically. Humans are emotional. Greed pushes prices up. Fear pulls them down. And whenever people start believing that prices will never fall, that's when danger is highest. The bubble might be different: flowers, stocks, crypto, real estate, but the psychology behind it is the same. In the end, the Dutch economy recovered, and tulips became just flowers again. But Tulip Mania remains a reminder of how quickly hype can turn into disaster, and how important it is to understand what you're investing in. Even today, economists use Tulip Mania as a symbol of irrational speculation. So, whenever you see prices rising too fast, or people investing blindly because everyone else is doing it, remember this story. A simple flower once fooled the smartest traders of one of the richest nations, and it can happen again, unless we learn from the past. If you found this story interesting, make sure to like the video and share it with someone who loves finance history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.